Alright, in this video we're going to talk about graphing using slope-intercept form. And then we're going to have another video graphing using just the intercepts. But this one's using slope-intercept form. So, to remind you, slope-intercept form, remember it's y equals mx plus b. So, y equals mx plus b, where m stands for your slope and b stands for your y-intercept. And that's what we plug in when we're graphing. So those are the two pieces we're going to look at. So here's kind of our steps. 1, put the equation in y equals mx plus b form if it's not already. Then 2, plot the y-intercept, which is our b. So our y-intercept means it's crossing. Where is it crossing? The y-axis. Remember, y goes up and down. And then use the slope to create more points. So I'm going to use the slope, rise over run, to plot another point. Then once I have some points, I can connect and into a line. Alright, let's take a look at this first one. I have y equals negative x plus 3. So my slope is negative 1. So negative 1, and I'm going to make it a fraction over 1, so I have that rise over run piece. And then my y-intercept is 3. So it's crossing the y-axis at 3. So I'm going to put a dot there at 3. And then my slope is negative 1 over 1. Well, if it's negative, that means I'm going down. So I'm going to go down 1 over 1. And my next dot would be right here. Again, I'm going to go down 1 over 1. My next dot would be right here. Once I have some dots, I can draw a line through them. So there's the first one using slope-intercept form. Alright, this example, y equals 3x minus 4. Well, you have to be careful here. My slope is 3, so let's make it a 3 over 1. My y-intercept, it's y equals mx plus b, but this one has a minus b. So it's going to mean that my y-intercept is negative 4. So it's crossing my y-axis at negative 4. I'm going to go down to 4 on my y-axis. Then my slope is 3, so I'm going up 3 over 1. So up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. My second dot would be right there. Up 3 over 1, I could do another dot if I want to. And then I have enough that I could draw a line through it. Okay. Now this one, y equals 2/5. There should be a bar there. Whoopsies. 2/5 x plus 2. My slope is 2/5. That means I'm going to go up 2 over 5. And my y-intercept is a positive 2. So I'm going to go up to positive 2 on my y-axis. Then my slope is 2/5, so I'm going to go up 2 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts me right here. Now I can draw a line. Alright. Now some of these, you guys could probably go ahead and pause, try them, and then watch the video and make sure you got them all right, because I think you probably got the hang of it up until the last couple of problems. Alright, again, my slope in this case is negative 3/4, and I always like to put my negative with the top number. And my y-intercept is positive 1. So it's crossing my y-axis at positive 1. Negative 3/4 means I'm going to go down 3 over 4. Puts me right here. Oops. And I could draw a line. Try to make your line a little better than that one. Okay, for this problem, my y-intercept is negative 1. So I'm going to negative 1 on the y-axis. And my slope is 2/3. So I'm going to go up 2 over 3. Just trying to give you guys a different way of looking at it if you're still having trouble understanding. Draw my little loop-de-loops. That's not necessary. Alright, so there's another way to do it. This one, y equals mx plus b. My y-intercept is positive 4. I'm going to go up to positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot there. And then my slope is negative 2. I want to make it a fraction, so 2 over 1. Remember, it's rise over 1, but if it's negative, that means I have to go down. So down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Now I can draw a line. This one, you might need to add a little bit of stuff here. I want to put a 1 there, and I'm going to make it a fraction. So this is m, this is b. My y-intercept is negative 4 because it's minus, but the equation is y equals mx plus b. So if I have a minus, that means that my b, or my y-intercept, is negative. I'm going to go down to negative 4, put a dot. My slope is 1, so up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Once I have that, I have enough to draw my line. This one, my slope is negative 1/4, and my y-intercept is 3. So I'm going to go up to 3. Negative 1/4 means I'm going to go down 1 over 4, and I'm always going over to the right. So whether I go up or down, I'm always going to the right. Okay, if for some reason yours falls off the graph and you have to, if it's a positive slope, you have to go up and to the right, and you can't do that, it'll fall off your graph, you could do the opposite by going down and to the left. Okay, but hopefully you make your graph big enough so that you can go up or down and to the right. All right, this one might be a little bit tricky. Y equals mx plus b, so it's m here, b is here, but there's nothing, so it's really plus 0, which means that my y-intercept is 0, and my slope is 4, so it's up 4 over 1. And what I was saying before is, say I couldn't fit that on my graph, instead I could do the opposite, and I could go down 4 over 1 in the opposite direction, and those opposites kind of cancel each other out, and then I could draw my line. If for some reason you can't go up and to the right, you could go down and to the left. All right, now this one is a little bit different. They gave me this in a different form. Hopefully you know that that's standard form. And if I have standard form, I'm going to rearrange it to get it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract the x on both sides. I get 2y equals negative x plus 4. Then I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to divide everything, all my pieces, by 2. The x doesn't have a number in front of it, so I'm going to squeeze a 1 in there. These cancel, and I get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. So now my y-intercept, where it's crossing the y-axis, is at positive 2. My slope is negative 1/2, so I'm going down 1 over 2. And I'm going to plot another point, down 1 over 2. And once I have that, I can draw my line. Okay, another one where they gave it to me in standard form, and I'm going to change it to slope-intercept form so I can graph it. So I'm going to subtract 3x on both sides. I get negative 2y equals negative 3x minus 6. I'm going to divide everything by negative 2. Now be careful when you're dividing by negatives. All right, so I get y equals negative 3 divided by negative 2. Well, negative over negative makes it positive 3/2 x. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is going to make it positive, and then 6 divided by 2 is going to make it 3. So it's positive 3 plus 3. So my y-intercept is at 3. And then this is one of those examples where if I go up 3, I go off my graph. So if I went up 3 over 2, it would be somewhere around here, but it goes off my graph. So I can do the opposite by going down 3 and to the left 2. Really, we're only going to the left if we don't have enough room and we have to use the opposite. All right, there we go. That's it.